There's a growing concern among women, a fire burning within them, fueled by the absence of men approaching them and feeding their egos. The world we live in has evolved, and with it, the ways we connect and engage with one another. The traditional notion of men being the sole initiators has transformed, presenting both challenges and opportunities. So why do men not approach women as often as before? 1. Social media. Gone are the days of the 70s and 80s, when dating was like a game played in a non-digital realm. The world we live in today is interconnected through social media and the digital realm, which has undoubtedly revolutionized the dating scene. It's important to recognize this transformation and adapt our approach accordingly. However, there is a challenge that arises from this new era. Women exhibit a more guarded attitude when approached by men. This can make the process of approaching them more challenging. But fear not, my friends, for challenges are merely disguised opportunities. On social media, you may stumble upon countless discussions where women express their desire for men to approach them with the same sincerity as in the past. They make it known that they expect a polite approach, followed by invitation for a date before they are willing to engage further. 2. Experiences. Men have faced challenges that have left them feeling drained, my friends. They have encountered situations where they have been deceived, rejected, manipulated, used, cheated on, and even ignored. These experiences have profoundly impacted their approach to dating and their desire to connect with women. But let us not forget the context in which men used to approach women. In a time before social media, cell phones, and the internet, direct communication was limited. Physical interaction was the primary means of expressing interest and showing genuine intent. Men would courageously approach women face to face, as that was the norm. In contrast to the present, where constant communication is possible with just a few taps on a screen, the dynamics have shifted. The ease of access and instant availability through technology has changed the landscape of how men and women interact. This shift has transformed how men approach women, influenced by a combination of factors. Back then, there was a certain allure and excitement in the process. Without the ability to browse through social media profiles or gather extensive information, men had to rely on the image they formed in their minds based on personal encounters. This created an element of mystery and anticipation, compelling men to take the initiative and ask for a date. 3. Challenges. Men have faced challenges that have left them feeling drained, my friends. They have encountered situations where they have been deceived, rejected, manipulated, used, cheated on, and even ignored. These experiences have profoundly impacted their approach to dating and their desire to connect with women. But let us not forget the context in which men used to approach women. In a time before social media, cell phones, and the internet, direct communication was limited. Physical interaction was the primary means of expressing interest and showing genuine intent. Men would courageously approach women face to face, as that was the norm. 4. Fear of rejection. On social media, our interactions have taken a different form. We find ourselves navigating through many potential connections, liking not just one, but possibly 5 or 10 individuals. Our online engagements become sporadic, and even in relationships, our focus often remains glued to our phones, engaged in group chats or striving for that perfect Instagram picture. Yet, amidst this interconnectedness, a peculiar phenomenon emerges. Despite our heightened digital links, we become increasingly disconnected from one another and from reality. It is indeed perplexing to ponder why men, in particular, have become reluctant to approach women traditionally. Allow me to shed some light on this matter. Men, like anyone else, are inclined to assess the advantages and disadvantages of their decisions. It is natural to weigh the potential benefits against the drawbacks before taking action. However, in the current landscape, The disadvantages of approaching women seem to outweigh the perceived advantages by a significant margin. Approaching women today often leads to the disheartening experience of rejection, being labeled as a creep, or worse, being ignored and shunned by society. Regrettably, there exists a prevailing perception among some women that men are to be regarded as predators or desperate individuals. Though not universally true, this perception can create a sense of apprehension and hesitation among men. Certainly, there are instances where women welcome the initiation of contact from men they already know and are interested in. However, when approaching an unknown woman, the risks seem daunting. The fear of complete ignorance, social embarrassment, and the dread of rejection becomes overwhelming. 5. Different expectations. Women differ in how they interact with and respond to different men. Here lies the crux of the issue. Women often expect men to approach them like in the past. However, we must recognize that times have changed and societal dynamics have evolved. In the past, there was a certain level of comfort and understanding between men and women. Each gender had its roles and responsibilities. Men felt a sense of duty to support women, while women embraced their role in nurturing families and giving birth to children. Consequently, it was commonplace for men to initiate approaches, and women anticipated such advances. However, times have shifted, and the traditional notion of approaching women has transformed. The days of this customary approach have waned, and women may not fully comprehend this change. Some may still expect the same royal treatment they once received, unaware of the shifting realities. This sense of entitlement persists, as they have grown accustomed to receiving attention and admiration from men. It is precisely due to these expectations and entitlement that men often refrain from approaching women. The evolving dynamics have caused uncertainty and hesitation, leading men to question the worthiness of their advances. The fear of being misunderstood or met with unreciprocated interest becomes a deterrent. A high number of women are not worth approaching anymore. They just want to be publicly valued by men so they can brag to their peers. Men nowadays do not have time to waste on women that do not add value to them. The game is rigged against men, and men will stop engaging in unsupportive behaviors and being used for nothing, which is seriously happening in 2023. More guys are realizing that it is best to stay away from a woman unless they are sure they will receive positive feedback. Men are also aware that women have played them for a long time to boost their own ego, and they are unwilling to take chances because they are not aware of the true character of women. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like it and join the revolution by hitting the subscribe button. Check out this video, as there are more waters to explore.